episode of Love Reno. I'm Dave, that's Connie, and we have so much to share about the town we love.
That's right, and we're going to start off with some beer.
Battle-born beer, specifically.
And then we're going to take you in and experience the deliciousness of paella. And then we're going to wrap it all up, Dave. How about a little...
Magic.
Magic, some drinks with friends, with our friends Jinger and Kalin. It's all coming up on this episode of Love Reno.
Let's go. Here we are with Jeff of Battle-born Beer, which I love saying. That's a lot of B's in there. Battle-born Beer. Are you the brewer for Battle-born Beer?
I am not.
You added a fourth beer.
I am not.
I like how he did it.
I've brewed beer, and I know enough that I shouldn't be the brewmaster.
Okay.
So I hire really good people that know what they're doing. I mean, brewing beer is a real science and art. Kind of shame to say I'm just a marketing charlatan.
You're just here to look good while you hold the beer?
No, but when I moved back to Northern Nevada from LA, because I went to school up here, I was just like, this always felt home to me. But my background's in consumer branding, and I'm like, why doesn't Nevada have a beer called Battle-born, and like Texas has Lone Star?
You know, it's perfect. Good leaders pick the best people around them to do what they do right, right?
Correct. What do they say? When you're the smartest guy in the room, you're in the wrong room.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
I love that.
And what I love most about Battle-born, I'm going to say, it takes a lot of guts to name your beer Battle-born. There's something about that that's
it's funny you say that. I mean, I wouldn't say it was easy to do. There was the opportunity to do it, so I did it. But there's a lot to live up to.
Absolutely.
And I will tell you, we've had our moments and we've had our struggles, and it's almost important to go through, right? You got to go through that perseverance, and you got to struggle and earn the right to be at Battle-born Beer.
So this segment is called Movers and Shakers, and you got to be a mover and a shaker to come in and shake it up like this, and to have the courage to take the slogan of the state and put it on a beer can. I mean, that's moving, that's shaking.
Yeah, and one of my faults is I always think things are easier than they really are. And I've had a hell of a lesson getting this thing up and off the ground, but we're learning every day. We just hired a new brewmaster, kid born in Elko, raised in Carson, spent the last 15 years from Alaska to Pennsylvania.
Oh, he sounds Battle-born.
Yeah, he wanted to come home. I'm like, you're hired.
Yeah, that's great.
It's great.
And today we're out here, you've got your Paella Festival that you brought together. What I love about, first of all, this location is an opportunity to have more outdoor great events and festivals. That's what Reno is really known for.
Yeah.
So you have an opportunity to say, come down, drink the beer of the state. I'm going to call it that because I think it should be.
Thank you.
And then I think just the whole
the paella thing is great. And my friend Jeff Taylor, who had the idea and spent a lot of time in Spain, had talked to me about it. I loved it. I did it my first time just this summer with some friends camping. It's so much fun to make. And it's different, right? I mean, everybody's got a chili cook-off. Everybody's got chicken wing cook-off.
Yeah, ribs.
Nobody's making paella. And it's, paella is not easy.
No, it's very gritty and difficult, very much like the spirit of Nevada.
It's Battle-born. Back to the beer. Because you said it's a science and an art. But if you think about it, beer is water, barley, and hops, right? But people do different things. And what makes this special?
Well, what makes it special is what's not in it. So most of the craft beers that you see, they do it in the ale style, and they put a lot of ingredients in it. My mother's a German immigrant. I have a lot of roots in Germany. And in Germany, they have the beer purity law, which is called Reinheitsgebot. And it's like
Reinheitsgebot.
Google it. And
I'm going to put it on the back of my shirt right here.
Right. But it's really that beer should only be made with 4 ingredients. Malt, hops, water, and yeast, that's it. And Battle-born, though it's simple, it's not easy to make because there's nowhere to hide. It's like making a really good French baguette. Like, you can't put pumpkin seed in it.
It tastes really nice.
Yeah, and
especially when it's warm like this.
Yeah, this is what I'm thinking. This is like, I could drink this after a sporting event. I could drink it out with my friends. I could just chill with the family.
That's the idea. Thank you for saying that, because it's like all these craft guys who are great, but they're making all this premium beer. And I thought, like, can't we just make good beer that's not premium, that's for everybody.
Right.
But instead of being owned by some global conglomerate from Brussels or from Canada,
sure,
it's Nevada.
Does it make you proud to say that it's a battle-born Nevada beer that is from Nevada? This is a heartfelt beer.
It is, and it's part of my story. I mean, I was born in Southern California, but I came here to go to school. I never felt at home in LA. This home means Nevada to me, right? I've always loved it here.
And that's a great way to wrap it. Yeah, and we love Reno. Do you love Reno?
What's not to love?
Right?
What's not to love?
Where else are you going to live?
Right, you know what? He's a mover, he's a shaker. That's Jeff. This is Battle-Born Beer.
Cheers.
Cheers. Thank you.
You're very well. Thanks for coming out.
Bringing the spirit of Nevada and our love of Reno right here to a
Cheers,
can
guys.
of beer. I
Thank
love
you.
it.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. That is good.
Tastes like Reno.
I need some more of these.
There you go.
So this is my good friend Slater, and Slater over here, he owns Slater's Ding-a-Wing, not to be confused with anything else. I don't need to know about your ding-a-ling.
I don't know what you mean.
So our show, it's Love Reno, and what do you love most about Reno?
Oh man, there's way too many things to even discuss
Just
when it
start
comes
with
to
one.
loving Reno.
Yeah.
How about your wings?
All right, well, I mean that's the main thing to love about Reno is Slater's Ding Wing. But no, all the great food truck events, especially Feed the Camel. I love things like Wing Fest, all the different events that we have, and Hot August Nights and the Rib Cook-Off, and the balloon races and Street Vibration. I mean, there's always something to do almost every weekend of the summer here.
What do you think the people out there don't know about Reno that is so cool? I love Reno.
It's becoming quite a foodie town. Like
Yeah,
we've been like so many great businesses have popped up recently and even survived through the pandemic and everything, of course. I mean, most of the trucks out here are like within their first year.
Do you guys all get along?
Yeah, 100%.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, we all try to help each other out. Like if I get a request for a day or something and I can't make it, I try to send it to some of my buddies over there or there, whoever.
That's really cool. So you know all the other food trucks, so you eat burgers all the time, but you crave a burrito. Can you bring them a burger and have their burrito?
Oh yeah, she's bringing me something right now.
Nice.
Yeah.
You know, that is so Reno, I think. I think that answers my own question about the people of Reno.
Yeah, no, 100%.
I would say that what we love most is we are growing a foodie community. We love food, which is like if you're wanting to move to Reno, you have plenty of food options, but the food trucks are becoming more and more popular.
Oh, yeah.
And then I'm gonna assume too we can like rent you and bring you to a party and see.
100%.
You can't rent him.
Well, I don't know. I mean, are you single?
I am.
Oh, you are.
You're
single.
not.
See? No, well, I'm not talking about for me. I got plenty of people who love to rent you. That's what I'm just saying.
Aspen Leaf Interiors is a full-service interior design firm specializing in residential new construction, full remodel, and furnishings. Aspen Leaf Interiors transforms spaces into tailored settings where people feel inspired and engaged with their surroundings. Award-winning designs, proven knowledge of the building process, and the utmost professionalism. Aspen Leaf Interiors, designing environments that make people want to stay.
I'm Henry Sotelo. I came to Reno to attend UNR and fell in love with Northern Nevada. I practiced criminal law for over 25 years as a prosecutor and now as a specialty court attorney. Reno Municipal Court has embraced the therapeutic court model in order to address criminal behavior linked to substance abuse. These specialty courts save money, rehabilitate offenders, and reduce criminal behavior. No one in Reno Municipal Court has more experience in specialty court representation than I do. If you find yourself in trouble with the court, I can help.
Enjoy an elegant lunch, dinner, wine, and craft cocktails at the Wild River Grill, located in the historic Riverside Hotel in downtown Reno on the Truckee River's scenic Riverwalk. Exuding nostalgic charm from the roaring 20s, the Wild River Grill welcomes guests from around the world, delighting patrons of the arts as the Pioneer Center beckons from just across the street. Treat yourself and those you love to Reno's finest. It's the Wild River Grill. Reservations at wildrivergrill.com.
We are here with Dave Preston, and he is going to explain to us, as we are here at the smellavision right now.
Right,
It's
exactly.
incredible.
It's so incredible. The paella cook-off here. Explain the history of paella.
Well, paella has been a very traditional dish. It comes from Valencia, Spain, which is on the east central coast on the Mediterranean, and it really was of the farmers. It was a dish that, of course, is a major rice growing region in Europe.
Right.
So that was part of what all this started with, because paella base is, of course, rice. But then they had rabbit, and they had chickens, and they had beans and peas and little tomato.
Whatever was available, right?
Whatever was available, and the secret was it was a slow cooking process. They did it initially over wood flame, and they had to keep lowering and raising the flame because it didn't want to burn.
Right.
But it was something that was always a traditional family dish. It was served in family style.
Now, I've got a question. First of all, Dave Preston, you probably know, is a legend here on
Yes.
television and as a chef, and you still got the voice. Those
Thank you,
pipes,
thank you.
beautiful.
You
So-
make us jealous.
I know. So, a lot of people think that it's a Basque dish. Is
Right.
true or false?
Not really. Again,
Not really.
Valencia, Spain is, as they say, on the east coast on the Mediterranean. The Basque is the Pyrenees, the mountains between,
so mountainous.
between Spain and France. But the Basque put their own spin on it. Particularly, they started adding chorizo. They put chorizo in there, so it was their own spin.
That made it spicier, too.
That's
But
what
it
makes
was
it
all,
good.
all a Spanish environment. It was all a part of the Catalan Peninsula, and that's really what it's about. It goes back to the days of the Moors, when they were part of, as we know, they were part of the Crusades.
Sure.
And the Moors were based in Madrid, Spain at the time, and Madrid is the only place in Spain you find a mosque that goes back to the Moors.
It's a historic dish, but that now has been, everyone puts their spin on
Right.
it.
It's
So you're
evolved.
out here today and there's all these different cooks. What are you looking for if you're judging?
Well, the most important thing is when you're judging, they have to provide a recipe. And in that recipe, judges and the 5 judges here collectively have more than 150 years in food and wine. So they do have palates and they do know what they're doing.
So you got to impress that palate, is what you're saying.
Basically, and we want to taste. My example to the competitors always is, if you say that there's tuna fish in it, there better be tuna fish in it. I better
You
be
want
able
to
to
taste
taste
that.
it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Again, I wish you could smell what we're
Right.
smelling right
It's
now.
incredible.
Big part of
It
it.
is unbelievable.
And the music in the background and the laughter. Now, we got to wrap this up, but how do you feel this ties in with Reno? This show is Love Reno. Do you feel this goes along with our motif?
I think it really does, because no one else is doing anything like this. I know it's great. We just had the rib cook-off. We have the chili cook-off. We have the wings. But paella, there is a tradition. There is a Basque community, which again, the Catalan Peninsula, it has all the relationships to Spain.
Sure.
So this could work. Of course, we have our Basque Festival. Don't forget that.
Right,
But
right.
but the paella could be a lot of fun. And I tell you, I was just so thrilled for Jeff Taylor, who produced this, that he sold out. Which is really, I think what he's learned very quickly is, I gotta have more room.
Right, more room and more paella.
Oh, yeah.
I want this
More
to
paella.
continue.
And I heard yelling over here, there's a couple of pecan punches flowing off.
Just a few.
Oh, I like it. I like
Hey,
it.
this is Foodie Philosophy. That's Dave Preston. He's a legend. Thanks for being here.
My pleasure.
Will you tell everybody you love Reno?
Oh yeah, I mean, this is my home, this is my life, and deep in my soul, I'm Battleborn.
Yeah,
Battle Barn.
Battleborn, baby. And look at this.
Spain and Nevada, what a combination. It has been fun.
The Reno Brew Bike, it's a 15-passenger pedal trolley. Bar crawls and brewery tours are what we do. We think the biggest little city is a lot of fun. We want to bring you a truly memorable Reno experience. It's a pedal trolley reservation, so please expect to pedal. Your reservation gets you use of the pedal trolley and a sober driver tour guide who will get you to the next great spot. Reno has a lot of fun to offer. Come enjoy it from a brew bike seat.
I'm Henry Sotelo. I came to Reno to attend UNR and fell in love with Northern Nevada. I practiced criminal law for over 25 years as a prosecutor and now as a specialty court attorney. Reno Municipal Court has embraced the therapeutic court model in order to address criminal behavior linked to substance abuse. These specialty courts save money, rehabilitate offenders, and reduce criminal behavior. No one in Reno Municipal Court has more experience in specialty court representation than I do. If you find yourself in trouble with the court, I can help.
Enjoy an elegant lunch, dinner, wine, and craft cocktails at the Wild River Grill, located in the historic Riverside Hotel in downtown Reno on the Truckee River's scenic Riverwalk. Exuding nostalgic charm from the roaring 20s, the Wild River Grill welcomes guests from around the world, delighting patrons of the arts as the Pioneer Center beckons from just across the street. Treat yourself and those you love to Reno's finest. It's the Wild River Grill. Reservations at wildrivergrill.com.
I'd like to call her a funk Reno legend, Janess Carter. And you may be wondering,
Why are we in a parking lot?
funny you ask. Janess! Yay!
It's Janess.
You're here! So why are we in this parking lot?
We're in this parking lot right now. We're getting set up for an event. It's going to be the 4th block party of the year for the summer. And it's South Virginia SVP, South Virginia Plaza. That's what that stands for.
Okay, you got a shop over there. Tell
Yep.
us. We'll start there and quickly we'll go around here. Quick.
All right, really quick. So Beautiful Nails right over here. This is my nail salon, Beautiful Nails Midtown Reno. And these are all my neighbors, and I'm really into doing community events and stuff like that. I love my community. Working with Boys and Girls Club Truckee Meadows really kind of, it's a habit now. I can't stop.
You are far from just this incredible talent. You're an incredible musician. You're an amazing entrepreneur. You're a mom. You've gone through a lot, but you've been with like so many different bands locally, and now you've started your own, like branching off to do your own thing. What is the biggest difference between being in a band and kind of doing your own thing now?
Well, I guess, honestly, I've only been with 2 groups and I just collaborate a lot. So I've been with Mojo Green and Black Rock City All-Stars, and
We've all heard of them.
Yeah, we love Mojo
thank
Green.
you.
Sure.
I've been dancing to Mojo for a very long time.
Hey, shake your
You know, it rhymes with finesse, and that's no coincidence. Ladies and gentlemen, Janess Carter.
Don't think about what they talk about. Do what's right for your soul. Gotta go for the goal. Take control. Get in the zone. Open the door. Open the door.
Zoning in, honing in, pouring something in my cup. Puffin', fresh trim, feeling the vibe of my blood. I'm in that perfect spot, in between sober and toe up. And to top it all off, I'm feeling the environment I'm in, and it's all up. Bump your mess if you not on that feeling, no trying to be. If you're not trying to live your life to the fullest, that's a crime to me. How you gon' act like a prisoner when you got the key? Never let your heart win, but you got to be so cold, but you got the heat. Obviously, gotta go for the goal, or you'll never know what you want is already yours. Gotta open the door, take control, get in the zone, watch it unfold. Don't think about what they talk about, just do what's right for your soul.
Don't think about what they talk about. Do what's right for your soul.
Aspen Leaf Interiors is a full-service interior design firm specializing in residential new construction, full remodel, and furnishings. Aspen Leaf Interiors transforms spaces into tailored settings where people feel inspired and engaged with their surroundings. Award-winning designs, proven knowledge of the building process, and the utmost professionalism. Aspen Leaf Interiors, designing environments that make people want to stay.
I'm Henry Sotelo. I came to Reno to attend UNR and fell in love with Northern Nevada. I practiced criminal law for over 25 years as a prosecutor and now as a specialty court attorney. Reno Municipal Court has embraced the therapeutic court model in order to address criminal behavior linked to substance abuse. These specialty courts save money, rehabilitate offenders, and reduce criminal behavior. No one in Reno Municipal Court has more experience in specialty court representation than I do. If you find yourself in trouble with the court, I can help.
Enjoy an elegant lunch, dinner, wine, and craft cocktails at the Wild River Grill, located in the historic Riverside Hotel in downtown Reno on the Truckee River's scenic Riverwalk. Exuding nostalgic charm from the roaring 20s, the Wild River Grill welcomes guests from around the world, delighting patrons of the arts as the Pioneer Center beckons from just across the street. Treat yourself and those you love to Reno's finest. It's the Wild River Grill. Reservations at wildrivergrill.com.
This will be one of our favorite Drinks with Friends ever. We are here with world famous illusionists and our friends, Kalin and Jinger, Mark and Jinger Kalin. Very good.
Very nice to be here. Thank you.
So these guys travel the world making magic, doing wonderful things, tricking the audiences. But you engage,
creating wonder. Let's not say tricky.
Let's talk about Weird
wonder.
Reno first.
All right.
It's a walking tour through town. You created something that is incredible. I went on it. Tell them what it is first.
Well, Weird Reno, we've shut it down for the season. It was sort of our pandemic project.
But it's coming back next year.
We hope to, yeah, in the spring.
Okay, good.
And it was just because we loved Reno and it was in the middle of the pandemic, we felt disconnected from our community. We thought people felt the same way.
Right.
So it was a walking tour with weird history, a little bit of magic, a lot of comedy, a lot of audience interaction, and you learn about Reno. It was fun and it was very popular. We ran it all summer long.
Yeah, it was really fun.
One of the best things about that experience was that your magic tricks matched the weirdness of what we were learning about the history of our community.
Yeah.
It was such an intriguing pairing.
We used the magic as a tool to connect back with our community from the past through the magic of today. Yeah.
That was the other thing that I found so intriguing is that we were out and about, walking around with you, and in my mind, I've watched you on stage hundreds of times, and I'm like, wow, this is like, we're with you. How are they doing all this with me walking with you?
We're project people. I love magic. We love projects. That's fun because for a magician, that was very challenging. We didn't have the ability to control the lighting, control everything. We had to create whatever we created, the magic, in impossible situations.
It was so cool because I've lived in Reno 22 years now, and I learned things from you walking through an alley or down the Riverwalk or looking at an old building, things I never knew, and I've been by 1,000 times. That was my favorite part.
You also, set aside, you traveled the world, and yet you express your incredible illusions and magic around the world, but yet you come home to Reno, and that goes back to what this show is all about, loving Reno. Why has Reno been your home front for all these years?
You know what? There's just no other place like it that we've found. I mean, we have traveled the world, like I said earlier, from continent to continent, and we always come home to Reno because there's no other place that I can imagine us living. It's just like a universally inclusive place. We've got
I totally agree.
everything we need here.
23
all
years.
walks,
I'm not
and
going
everything's accepted. The weather's great. The people are great.
And the public transportation is amazing.
Fantastic.
You're not pedaling.
You get to
wait,
pedal
sorry.
yourself everywhere.
Hey,
Now,
Connie, we don't have a whole lot of time, but I really want to see a trick. Do you want to see a trick?
I want to see this.
All right.
This is more of an optical illusion.
More of an optical illusion. You get to check that out. Make sure it's not made of rubber. It's not a trick. No trapdoors. No mirrors. Ginger, you can. We only have a. Oh, and no. We're gonna give Dave. You get the little one.
Hey, what are you saying?
We know why he'll have the little one.
Size doesn't matter.
Nothing like making a joke really obvious. All right. No, that's the long side. It's not trick, right?
No,
it's just a piece of rope. Got a little tape, little fuzz sticking out. But then again, don't we all?
Yes.
That's the medium-sized piece. I usually stand up for this. This will be hard on the table. The medium-sized piece of rope, and of course, Dave proudly displaying
little fella
his little ropette. Now, here's the optical illusion. I'm going to make it look like these ropes are all the same length. It's Not really a magic trick, but it's kind of neat. If I fold them together like this, you just look at the tops of the ropes, you might think that they are all the same, but of course you know that the centers are still unequal. Well, that's where the optical illusion is, because as I'm talking, it's actually going to look as though the ropes are stretching to all the same length. Now, we still have the long one, we still have the medium-sized one, and here's Dave's little ropette.
Makes sense, right?
Right there.
What?
Yes.
Where's my little fella?
Now, you know what I'm going to do, Ginger, if you don't mind? Put out your hand.
Yeah. All right.
And it's like an optical illusion. As soon as you take your eyes off of it, it goes back. Little magic there. That is... Keep going. There we go.
The little
ropette.
Hey, that's my little guy.
I don't want to touch it. And the medium... No, the long one. And the...
How do they do it? Oh man, I wish we had more time. Though, quickly, what are the plans? What are you guys?
What are the plans? We have something brand new for Reno. Quickly, in a few sentences. Back in the 1930s and 40s was a secret organization, the Drunk Magic Society. Magicians from around the United States and actually in Europe used to gather in like these secret locations and compete with each other and test their skills against each other. The great equalizer was alcohol. So, and of course, mixing magic and drinking and sleight of hand is not only challenging, but can be hysterical.
Yes.
So we are going to resurrect this concept. We are going to bring it to Reno. We are going to invite the public for the very first time into these, not only to witness drunk magic, but to be participants and join the Drunk Magic Society.
By the end of the night.
Last thing I have to say, there's no tickets. You can't get tickets. It has to be invitation only.
Invitation
But
only.
you can get an invitation if you go to our website, bestmagicshow.com. Go to Drunk Magic.
Yes.
Give us your info.
Join us for our little spirited soiree called Drunk Magic and get trick-faced.
Get trick-faced.
I love it. Well, this is Kalin and Ginger, Mark Kalin and Jinger Kalin. We love Reno loves you.
We
love Reno.
Thank you so much for being on Drinks with Friends.
Great time, and we can't wait to see you again. Stick around because we're going to show you all the things we love about Reno. I'm Connie.
And I'm Dave. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
A very special Love Reno thank you to our sponsors, the Economic Development Authority of Western Nevada, Pineapple Pedicabs, the Reno Brew By, and the Wild River Grill.